We're going to start just one. And let's see, it's still coming up. You want to test yours?
1, 2, 1, 2. Testing 1, 2, 1, 2.
Well, you don't have to have the numbers up. You just have to have the top thing lit.
There's nothing lit.
Oh.
1, 2, 1, 2.
I mean, essentially what this is saying is that they're not receiving enough video. Like, it's just not sending them enough stuff. So let me try something. Okay, now you see movement. That was me texting you, if you can see that. Let's see. So what happens if I turn this up a little bit? Can you hear anything? Can you see us, or can you see and hear us? Okay, you can hear that. The problem is, so can we, which is why we're getting some echoing. It's like echo, echo, echo. Echo, echo, echo. You want to try the echo thing, Russ? It's kind of cool.
Hello, hello. I'm not getting echo.
Wait, I hear and see you. Do you get an echo on your side? I'm waiting to see if our superfan can answer my question. No echo on their side. Okay, so we've got a really bad echo on our side right now, so this may drive us a little bit nuts, but if you guys can hear us just fine, then we can carry on. What do you think, Russ?
Have you got sound coming?
Yes, she says... No, she's saying it's not that. It's that what's happening is that we're kind of looking at ourselves, and we can hear ourselves in the vMix.
All right.
I am going to try one thing here. I'm going to take the audio, let's see here, turn off. We don't want to turn it off. Well, I haven't been texting. I've been talking to you. So anyway, if there's no echo on your guys' side, then we can just carry on on our side, and we'll just have to figure it out on our side from the logistics point of view. We could make the echo... The only question I would have is whether it's really loud or not. Toggle on and off. So let's see here. I'm just trying to figure out if I can change this in the input so that I don't have to hear it. Nothing there. Russ, you're not talking much tonight. What's up with you?
Well, I'm waiting for you to sort it out.
Well, we're kind of sorted. We're about as sorted out as we're going to be for tonight, I think. Or else we might have to delay it by another 20 minutes, and that just isn't going to do anybody any good, would it?
No, because I want my dinner.
Yeah, because... So here's what happened today. So we had open houses. Russ was supposed to be meeting with our new agent and a new buyer of his, but his buyer ended up canceling. So the two of them weren't going to do that. So Russ was starving. So he came home at 2 o'clock, 2:30, and he made himself some dinner. That's fine, but I was showing almost $500,000 property at 3 o'clock, so I didn't get to come home. And then I came home about 5. and
I
said,
didn't do myself some dinner. I had a little bit of lunch.
okay,
Turkey.
he had a good size snack. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
He had a good sized snack and a couple of drinks. And then he sat down and tried to figure out this vMix software that we've upgraded to. I do think that tonight, after we get done with this broadcast, we're going to sit and fiddle with this a little bit more. So since nobody expects to see a live from us, if you see a live pop up from us later, guys, just ignore it. We're going to be deleting them because we really do need to get this figured out, don't we? And it seems like at night, tonight like this is the best time to do it.
Uh-huh.
So while Russ gets his dinner later on, I'll probably sit and play with vMix and see if we can figure this out. Otherwise, we may end up having to take this to the office, and I don't want to do that. Do you?
No.
Because if we do that, we'll have to change our night and change our time, and yeah. No, that's not going to happen. Anyway, what did we do? So what's about this week in real estate? What's going on in real estate? So I don't know about you, Russ, but what do you think? It feels to me like there's a lot of buyers that are starting to come out of the woodwork now.
Oh, yeah. There's an awful lot of buyers.
Camera's up there.
The inventory is still low, but buyers are interested.
The inventory is absolutely shockingly low right now. To be honest, if you are even thinking about listing a house, give us a call because
don't wait for the spring.
Don't
Get
wait.
it on the market now.
yeah, because there are so many buyers out there right now that are looking for houses. Prices are up because of that as well. And if you can take advantage of no competition to get your house on the market now and sold right away, even better.
Yeah.
Even better. I mean, I do have a meeting with someone on Monday, and we have a couple of listings coming up that we know about. We've got one coming on March 2nd. I've got a meeting on Monday with somebody, but that's going to be like more like an investment property.
I've got a meeting tomorrow
Monday morning.
with someone, for a listing.
So Russ has got one Monday morning. I've got one Monday at noon. Writing an offer for another buyer tonight on the property we saw today. Going out with another buyer tomorrow to do a second showing, probably to inform an offer.
And I'm showing a property in the morning as well.
Yes, Russ is showing a property, but probably not going to write an offer right away.
No, but that's first thing in the morning.
And our new colleague is finishing up his current job, so hopefully he'll be in the office full time by the end of the week, which will definitely be a lot easier because right now it's been difficult with training and getting him up to speed on things because kind of the weekends are the only time he has available.
He needs to, learn all our systems that we have in
Well,
place.
and this was the funny thing. So Will is an early riser, which is great. We love that because, well, I love it because I'm an early riser. Russ, not so much so, but that could actually be a real asset because I could go out and be out early, with Will and do my stuff. You might be able to roll into the office a little later and just work a little later.
That'd be good.
And just work a little later.
Yeah.
You okay with working a little later?
I normally am working a bit later anyway. So
But if Will's an early riser, that'd be awesome because then we do have somebody early helping get covering the early morning
shift,
stuff.
yeah.
But we found out on Friday, so Will was in on our day off on Thursday, which is also nice. We're going to have to get used to the fact that we'll have coverage on our day off. That's going to be kind of freaky. But Will was in on Thursday, and we didn't realize this, but Friday morning he was like, yeah, I was here earlier, but I couldn't, I wasn't able to get in yet. And we're like, what do you mean? And we thought, he didn't have a key to the office. Nobody had thought to issue him a key. I just assumed he had one. He was a full-on employee by the time he came to us, like 3 weeks employed by the time he showed up. Absolutely. Yeah, he should have had a key like maybe second day because first day you're up at corporate doing a lot of training, but definitely by second day when you're in the office, for sure. So we made sure and got Will a key on Friday. So now he can work early morning like he likes to, which is awesome. That'll be great because we can, as we get him trained up on some of our systems and some of the things that we need to do as a team, his team input can be done early and then he can work on customers later. So that'll be fantastic because he still does have responsibilities we don't have. For example, his son picking him up from school occasionally, his basketball team that he coaches. He does a couple of different teams. They don't run at the same time, but so he does have more evening responsibilities, but then you have more, you have less evening responsibilities. So
the only one I like to go to if I get a chance is my Tuesday fly time.
Yeah, his fly time. But that's even done usually by what, March or April, is it? Hello?
Yeah.
Squirrel.
That's
Squirrel, where'd you go?
Under my feet.
It's the chair. It's falling apart.
It's not the chair.
Okay. What was it then?
Something stuck on the floor. some paper or something.
That's just annoying.
Yeah.
So anyway, we're getting Will trained up, which is exciting, but it's really kind of nice because it looks like he's going to be able to fill our gaps, which is awesome.
Yeah.
So anyway, but then, so we've been doing some training with Will. We actually did something really fun with Will this week, or I did. Went to Korndorfer Homes to kind of show him around their model home and
their showroom.
And talk about their, well, we didn't get to go to the showroom, the design center. No,
Right.
No, that's going to be something later, maybe. Going to talk to Bear Homes about maybe seeing if we can run around their design center. So if Allison gets to see this, watch out, Allison. We'll be coming to ask a question. But we went to the Korndorfer model home, and he got to learn an awful lot about the new build process because it is so very different, and there's like different types. So you've got your ready built, or there you can use traditional mortgages with a ready built, but then you've got your full-on construction loan, and that's a little bit different.
Yep.
So being able to meet on those two different things is a good thing.
So what else happened this week?
I don't know. You tell me. What's happening with you, Russ?
We had Valentine's Day.
That's right. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody.
Yeah,
Hopefully this
everybody.
week was filled with a lot of love, even if it was just love you gave to yourself. And I don't mean that in a gross way. I mean that you did something nice for yourself.
Yeah, I got tickets. I'm going to see Fluffy. So Kimberly got tickets for
Both of us.
Iglesias, and so we're both going to see him.
Gabriel Fluffy Iglesias.
Yeah. So we're going to see him. He's playing in Milwaukee
On the 29th.
on the 29th.
Well, actually, on the
So
29th
that'll be
and the
good.
30th. Or, sorry, the 29th and the 1st, because it's a leap year this year. So he'll be in Milwaukee on those dates.
Then we are going to see a show on this Saturday.
We have
as well.
such a busy week. We've got a couple of offers to write, which I assume we're going to get those accepted because, well, that's how we always go into offers, is assuming we're going to get them accepted. We've got a couple of offers we're going to be writing. That means we'll be negotiating through inspections and all of those things. And let's see, what else? Oh, and then, of course, getting Will trained up and getting him up and running. I mean, he's really up and running. That's part of the problem, is that we're trying to give him some additional training while he's going back and forth between customers he's already got, which is awesome and amazing. We love that momentum he's already come into the business with. So that's really good. But then today we had open houses. Well, so you want to talk about Valentine's Day a little bit? So we did a bit of, well, we did old people Valentine's, right?
Yeah.
What's old people Valentine's Day, Russ?
Staying indoors with a nice bottle of wine, a film, and some nice food. So we cooked.
We had a couple of small
Some
steaks,
Yeah.
some
yeah,
shrimp,
Some shrimp.
green beans with Parmesan.
Yeah.
Because this is what you all want to know about real estate, right? What we eat. Oh, grab me that.
So yeah, and
That got
one of
emptied.
our favorite wines.
That one got emptied.
Yeah.
And another one was started emptied. I have a feeling we may finish the other one tonight.
Yeah.
Since we're going to have to deal with VMix and this program that's just not working for us, we may need the other half a bottle that we still have left.
Yeah.
So that was part of our Valentine's, and then we were just old people Valentining it. Sit on the sofa, eat strawberries as our dessert,
And watch a film.
and eat spray whipped cream out of the can.
Yeah. So that
Have you
was
ever done that
wonderful.
before, Russ? Have spray whipping cream right out of the can like that?
No, I normally put it in a bowl.
Oh.
More civilized.
He doesn't know what he's missing, does he, folks? I mean, he had it this week. Did you like that?
Yeah, it was all right, but I prefer it in a bowl.
That's all right. We'll make you eat it straight out of the bottle next time. It was still pretty tasty.
Uh-huh.
You didn't
was.
complain when I was spraying whipped cream in your
And
mouth.
then I used my smoker.
That was more out of laziness.
I used my smoker this week, so I done my first.
Hashtag
First
why
can.
we love being a homeowner.
Yeah.
So we're kind of doing a series on Instagram for those of you that follow us there as well, called hashtag why I love being a homeowner, because there's all sorts of little things that people don't talk about with homeownership. That's kind of awesome. Little things like he has an electric smoker that he can just plug into the garage and he can smoke meats. You really can't do that even when you rent a house, because if you leave a garage smelling like smoke, I mean, a lot of landlords won't even let you grill. Like, it's kind of like a grill inside a building type thing where you're not allowed to do it if you're in a landlord situation because there's an insurance hazard there. Where there really isn't an insurance hazard, but for a rental insurance, it's a hazard. So stuff like that is stuff you can do when you're a homeowner because as long as you're responsible and you keep everything good, like his smoker is completely self-contained.
Yeah.
I mean, it has no flames coming out of it at all. It's all contained inside of it.
Inside.
It's all sealed up
There's
inside,
a
which is awesome.
chamber inside that heats it up. And
Yep.
that's it.
And it's all sealed
So,
up. So
yeah.
it's pretty awesome. Plus,
And
it's
that-
outside in the detached garage. So who
That
cares?
was running all night. And
Wednesday night,
Oh.
that ran all. You put that in about 8 o'clock on Wednesday evening.
yeah.
Ran all
To
night
meet
long.
At 8 o'clock in the morning.
Yep, 12 hours later.
And then we ate that night. So it was about 18 hours it cooked for all told with the like.
Yeah, because we
2 hour
went out.
cooling
We
down
went
as
out. We
well.
did some shopping on Thursday. Went to something else, a private event. And when we came back, he turned up the temperature, and boom, we had a beautiful looking brisket. If you check us out on Facebook, you can see the results of that. I think it's on Instagram as well. I took a short little video of that. And if we could get this vMix thing to do better, then we'd be able to show you some of these videos, folks. And that's really what we want to do. With this new software, we know what it can do. The problem is our streaming settings are just not where they're supposed to be. The actual software itself on our side works just fine. We just got to make sure it's communicating really well
Yeah.
with YouTube.
It's not playing nicely with YouTube at the moment.
Exactly. And I don't know why, because the people that we follow on YouTube, this is what they use. So
Yeah.
that's kind of funny because they stream from using this same software all the time. This is their recommended software. And at the moment it's free, which is good because we get it 60 days for free.
Yeah.
Because I think it might take us all 60 days to get this figured out. What do you think?
We can contact them, and there may be saying that they know.
Yes.
that we can
Absolutely.
do.
I just think we need to educate ourselves better. I honestly don't think it's a problem with the software. I think it's a matter of our lack of education on how to use this software. And every time both of us try to read the instructions for it, it feels very much like I'm reading another language, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it does feel like it is. It is a really great piece of software. But I do think that once we get this up and running, it's going to be awesome. We can show you things like the brisket that he made this week, which was delicious. So super tasty. Super, super, super tasty. And then we'll be able to show you more of the stuff like what we did before when we would show you different properties and things. So today, actually, we do have a couple of things. This was Russ's open house. I know you probably can't see it from there, but it was 1503 87th Street in Kenosha. Could tell us a little bit about your open house, Russ. How'd that go today?
So yeah, it was really good. We had 5 groups. We had a group there came straight away as soon as we opened up.
Well, that's excellent because you had Will with you and was doing some
Yeah.
training on how to do open houses.
And then we had a constant flow throughout the day, and nice.
One right
couple
at the
turned
end, you
up
said.
right at the very end. We just picked up all the brochures, and they turned up. So of course we showed them around the house.
Of course.
And,
Because especially when it's a house that somebody's not rushing to get back to, like that
it
one.
was
No, this was it was a house that nobody was coming right back
No,
to. They were
so-
gone for the whole afternoon. So Russ stayed was able to stay. It's really nice when that happens because Russ can stay a little bit longer and take care of those extra customers.
And I didn't have another open house to go to, so
Correct.
nothing to rush off to. So that allows you. Yeah, of course they can come in. Our
Yep.
signs were still out in the road, so that's how they found us.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that was a great open house for you, and I believe you had a follow-up person, somebody who's already texted you with some questions, right? So we
someone's
may have
already
some
following up. So
we may have some good news on that. We may be writing a third offer this week.
Mhm.
So definitely the buyers are out there, folks. It's the sellers that we need help getting. Is that there just aren't enough sellers for anybody. Like it's not like other agents are having a lot of sellers as well. This is the first month that
Well, it shows you how
Roxanne.
many that property I showed that I
Are in-
wrote an offer on the other week. They had
Oh, I know.
72
Showings.
showings on it. So that's 72 buyers out there
At that price point,
at that price point.
and that was just under 100,000.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, a lot of those couldn't have written on it because it was in bad shape, and there were things that needed updating, etc.
Updating, yeah.
Yeah. So a lot of those people couldn't have bought it probably, but it shows you there were 72 buyers at that price point, just under 100,000 in a
Yeah.
great neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
So Yeah. So that was his. Unfortunately, though, the price point that I was at today, which was a similar, what was your price point on yours on 87th
Mine
Street?
was
160, 159.9. I did an open house on Rapids Drive, which I actually really liked it. So before I did the open house, I thought, this house isn't moving. It's not a great house, but I'll help out. I'll do an open house and maybe that'll help. I don't know why people are rejecting this. Have you been in that house on Rapids Drive?
No, I haven't been in mine as well.
No. Okay, so here's the thing, folks. This is a really great house, and I didn't have a single person come to my open house.
Oh, wow.
And not from lack of signs, because I had plenty of signs.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. So 3400 Rapids Drive, I think people are thinking that it's on Rapids Drive, the super busy part. It's not. So when you get to, for those of you that know Racine, there's a section of Rapids Drive that connects to Old Green Bay Road to go up like around the side of the airport, right? And so what happens is 2 lanes of Rapids Drive go this way towards Northwestern, and then there's this little slice that slices off that makes it easier to make a right turn onto Old Green Bay Road.
Yeah.
It's a one-way street, and that is the section, but that's technically still Rapids Drive. But it's only one way. Like, nobody can go the other way, and there's not a ton of traffic on it. That's where it actually is. Plus, this house has a half-acre lot.
Wow.
It's a perfect place for somebody who's older and just kind of wants to chill and garden and relax, because it's got 2 bedrooms, which is really nice. It's got a nice full bathroom. It's a decent-sized bathroom. It has a good-sized living room. And the living room and the kitchen and the dining area, they're all kind of like connected, so it's very open plan. It then has a laundry room. Because it is a stairless ranch, it doesn't have a basement, but that's not that bad of a thing with this house, because this house has a lot of space in it. Because off of the back, you've got a laundry room right there off the back of the kitchen. Then you turn out of the kitchen and you go onto this big enclosed like breezeway back porch thing. It's like they had a 2-car detached garage and they attached it with this big, but it's completely enclosed.
Nice.
All right. You could put so much storage there. You could put shelves, you could put pantry. You could use it in so many ways. But then you also can go into the garage, which is a 2-car garage. So you've got a half-acre of land, 2 bedrooms, a nice open plan, a bathroom, no stairs to deal with, so all your laundry's on the same level as your bedrooms and stuff. Bonus.
What's the price point?
$139.9.
Wow.
I know. It's a great house.
That's a great price.
Nice laminate flooring and tile. It's like, yeah, it's really nothing wrong with it. It's not the most beautiful house I've ever seen. It's just kind of plain. That's all that's wrong with it. Come in, buy it, put your stamp on it, because I know if somebody walks in.
And it's near the airport, yeah.
But it's not that close to the airport. Here's the thing that it is close to. It is literally right next door to Richard's Bar and Barbecue. Ooh. Yeah, don't you want to live there? Maybe we should sell this house and buy that one.
No,
that would be dangerous. And keep in mind, the other thing is, when I was setting up my signs, or actually when I was picking them up, you know what's right across the street from them just about? Infusino's. Now, I've never been there because it's on the north side of town and we live on the south side, and it's just never been convenient. I will tell you, Russ, it's a good thing we don't live there.
Why?
There's no way we'd be able to stay keto. Their food smells amazing from the outside. Because I was just picking up not for a long time, but I was just picking up my signs and I'm like, oh, this would be a dangerous place to live, because I got Richard's Bar and Barbecue next door, which is a nice, cool, chic, great food there. And Infusino's across. So if you like Italian, you got your Italian right across the street. I mean, both of them easy to walk to, because it's not too busy of a road to walk across. I mean, I wouldn't suggest walking kids across it, but heck, all the Horlick High School kids walk across the street for food. So why not? But you've got Infusino's there. You've got Landmark Credit Union, Educator. You got a lot of stuff right there. Really easy access up Northwestern or over to MM and Spring Street, so you can get to shopping really easily. Or over to the Racine Theater Guild and the Country Club. It's really an ideal. Yep, it's really an ideal location. A decent price, half an acre lot, lots of trees, but not old, nasty, horrible trees. Just nice, really shaded yard. Great big backyard. No planes going out there. This is just the Racine Airport, and the Racine Airport's runways actually run like away from this. Like they don't go over top of this house. So that's not even, so the noise isn't, because there's only small planes that go out of the Racine Airport.
Oh, yeah, I know.
It's just like Johnson's small
few
jets and stuff.
Learjets
Yes.
and stuff like that.
But Lears are not that noisy.
No,
They're
they're
pretty
not.
quiet, actually. So most of the private things that come out of the Racine Airport are not very noisy at all. So it's actually a really great location. It's great location, great little house, great price. Honestly, folks, you really need to come take a look at
You've
it.
got some good fishing nearby as well.
Yeah, you're right next to the Root River. What is it
The
there?
Steelhead facility.
The Steelhead facility.
Yeah.
Yep. So, yeah. So it's kind of a hidden thing. It's a hidden gem for sure. It's a hidden gem, but at 140,000, it'd be a great home for somebody to finish up their life, or for a single person who's just looking
Starting
to
out,
start their equity and start building things. And it'd be a great rental too.
Yeah.
If somebody wants to buy it and make it into a rental, it'd be a great rental.
I'm sold.
Yeah,
Where can
you're
I buy
sold.
it?
Well, we got to finish fixing this one before we can buy the next one. How's that?
Yeah, I know.
So we're working on that. What are we doing as our next? We're still working on the studio downstairs.
Yeah.
Didn't get a lot of work in on that this week because we had that
No.
private event we had to go to
Yeah.
on Thursday. So that kind of took up some of our time that we normally would plan on. But hopefully this week we'll get downstairs and get that stuff cleared out. But let's get vMix working as well for people. So what we need right now, not just us, but actually last week, not a single agent not this week, but the week before, we didn't know this until Tuesday, but not a single new listing in our office from any of the 50 plus agents. And that, our secretary said, is the first time, that was the first time that she's ever seen an entire week with no new listings.
Yeah.
And that's because people just aren't listing their homes, and we're not sure why.
They had one for tour on Tuesday, but then it sold Monday night. So
Yeah, but it had been
got
listed.
come
It had
up.
been listed already. It had listed Sunday, not the
Yeah.
week before.
Yeah.
So it was listed Sunday, put in, and it had an offer by Tuesday. That's how fast stuff is going, folks. So if you are even slightly interested in selling your house and moving elsewhere, you definitely want to get it on the market now.
Yeah. Get in
If
touch
you
with us, we can do a CMA for you, give you a rough idea of
Yep.
what to expect.
I
the
think this
value of
spring
your
market,
property.
prices are going to continue to go up.
Yeah.
We still don't have enough houses to sell. But the other thing about that, folks, if you're a buyer and you're qualified at 325 or so, we need to get you into new construction or a ready home, because the ready homes they're ready to go. The builders actually have started building this last year, and we've now got ready homes available. Because with the market
Yeah,
going like
there's
it was,
few.
a bunch of the builders went out and started just building spec homes,
Yeah.
and they're now available for sale.
I've got another one where the builder's breaking ground next week.
Right,
So they're going to be starting that one.
right.
It's a great opportunity to get in and choose all your what you want, your tiles, your
Yep,
make
absolutely.
all your choices, your upgrades.
Well, on a ready home, if it's only halfway done, you can sometimes even choose carpet
Yeah.
or flooring. You can maybe
Mhm.
choose the color or something, because they can use it in a different one.
Yeah.
It's not like they have to use it in that one model.
No.
They can just start making another model and put it in
But
that
yeah,
one.
it's a great opportunity to get in, choose all your fixtures and
Yep.
fittings, and
Now, on a
Yeah,
ready
yeah,
home, you
yeah.
can't choose all your fixtures and fittings. Like the granite is ordered right away. The cabinetry is ordered right away. You don't get those choices because it takes a long time for the cabinetry to come in, and then they have to install it and stuff. But you can usually pick your flooring, and if you want to have upgraded paint, you can usually choose that as well.
Mhm.
And that's kind of cool.
and have
But ready
extra
homes-
sockets put in.
Yeah,
and,
but ready homes almost always are almost like 60 days out from closing, 90 days out from closing. So ready homes can use traditional financing as well, which is also a big bonus to a ready home over a traditional new construction.
Mhm.
So that means they're available for VA. You hear that, veterans? Oh, and because of the veterans limitation being removed this year, if you have the income to afford it, then you're good.
Yeah.
So some of you veterans out there who have the income and have the ability to buy a better home, this is your opportunity to really get into a great new home. So yeah, I think that's kind of all we've got going on this week. Like I said, we've got a listing coming March 2nd.
I got a closing on Friday.
Got a closing on Friday. We'll talk
so
about that next
that
week.
one,
But
yeah.
thanks so much for joining us, and sorry for the rocky start today. We went a little bit longer. I'm trying to keep these to 30 minutes now, but we're trying to actually get these going, and it looks like our connection improved and like everything's going a little bit better. But the problem is I can hear myself as I'm talking, and I don't
Yeah,
like
I can
that.
hear yourself as well, and I can't hear myself on my mic.
I can hear you.
You can?
It's because it's coming out of the speakers of the
But
computer.
I can hear you through that.
That's because I'm louder than you. Haven't you figured that out?
Yeah.
I thought he knew I had a big mouth. Didn't you know that, honey?
Uh-huh.
Yes, dear.
Yes, dear.
Thanks so much for joining us tonight, guys. Have a great day. Have a great week, and hopefully you have a lot of fun. We're going to play around with this vMix a bit more after this stream, so if you see us pop live, just ignore it. We may actually even put it onto a private setting so that we can play around, because we really are tired of this not working for you. So have a great week, everybody, and let's see what we can do for next week. Bye.
Bye.